Episode number 341.
If you send somebody there, they might bounce off the page. They might check out a couple other pages, but then get lost or whatever. So we build a much more narrow, focused landing page.
Welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff, where we talk about life, dreams, social media, and business.
Well, hello and welcome to the Be Real Show with Travis Too Tall and Huff. Folks, you know your boy is always fired up. But on days like today, days like I know that our guest is not going to only bring you extreme value, but he's going to give you maybe some blueprints and some tactical, the roadmap, if you want to call it, to some wins here in our beautiful year of 2021 for businesses and entrepreneurs and startups out there that are listening to the show today. Mr. Luke Hyde. Luke, are you ready to be real?
I am ready, Travis. Yes, thank you so much for having me here today.
It is my pleasure, my man. We were jiving earlier, but my man is a young entrepreneur, successful entrepreneur, and the founder, guys, of Drive Digital Advertising and the Small Business Digital Roadmap. I love that. We were talking about that earlier before the show started, but and you really helping businesses grow. Be real. Let's be real, guys. We all want to grow, and teaching them obviously strategies and techniques and things that they can do today that don't require a lot of money or time and experience, but kind of you need the know-how to how to do these things. And my man has been featured now on Yahoo Finance and Digital Journal and Daily Herald, and now we got him on the Be Real Show, baby. And so he's helping people with online advertising, social media, text, email marketing, and web development. But man, a pleasure to have you on the show today, my brother. Like I always ask, how's your day going today?
Yeah, no, my day is going good. I'm actually in the process of moving into a new apartment.
Nice. Okay.
And later today, actually, after the show, will be the first time I'm checking it out. So
got you. So the excitement's building. The excitement's building to where the new spot's going to be.
Yes, it is. Yeah, really, really excited.
And you got to put a little work in. Obviously, as we know, moving is not always the funnest, but it's all right. You got this, brother.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we bought all of our furniture from like IKEA, so we got a lot of work cut out for us putting it all together.
The drill, baby. I like it. I always look at it like we were talking about sports and challenges. That's the sport, is like putting together dressers and things like that. As you become a dad and as you get real in life, you realize those are kind of the fun things you can do. And then some things you got to pay someone to do because it's just a little outside of the boundaries, you know, and because it just gets done faster, properly, etc. I put together a few basketball courts that never were right. So finally I was like, I'm going to just pay someone $70 to put this thing together. Did it right, had all the tools and gadgets, perfect, you know. So some things you can do to get yourself, some things you don't want to blow up your spot, right? But love that, my man. So you're pumped for a new transition, but talk to us about your mindset. Have you always been an entrepreneur, someone that's into business, helping people out?
No. I mean, being only 20 years old, I don't have a lot of life experiences compared to some other, other entrepreneurs, but it's been an interesting journey. So, I mean, growing up, I was actually probably like the anti-entrepreneur. I was very studious. I was great at studying. I got great grades. I was the salutatorian of my high school class. So the second highest actually in grades. But the thing was, I never really found a path that really engaged me that much. You know, people thought, oh, Luke, you're so smart. You should be a surgeon. You should be, a lawyer,
rocket scientist or something. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. But it just didn't, I don't know. It just didn't really, catch my interest too much. But what did catch my interest was, just making an impact on people. I knew I wanted to make an impact on people somehow. And kind of the biggest draw away from all of those other fields is that it was required that you needed to go to school for 4 years, 8 years, 12 years. I didn't want to wait that long to start making a positive impact on people and for making a positive impact on my own life. So I kind of just started, senior year of high school, I started doing some research on how, other young people were making money online, just doing things. And that's how I came across digital marketing. Gotcha. And kind of building a personal brand and helping businesses with, advertising. And I saw, hey, there's other young people running businesses that are doing, a very good job at my age, younger, maybe a little bit older. So I thought, hey, if they could do it, I could definitely do it too.
Right.
So I tried it and I fell in love with, having an online business and being able to actually have that positive impact on people. So it's been really great so far.
Hey, and that's what it's all about too, though, in digital, because the fun thing about digital, my man, after running a business that's in digital for 12 years now, is it's always changing. It's always changing. And no matter what you think about it, it is constantly changing. So the fun part about our industry is you're always going to have to learn. You're always going to have to learn
Yep.
new techniques, things that work today, things that worked 8, 10, 12 years ago don't exactly work. Some things work exactly the same. I've been doing the podcast for a long time now. It's been the same thing. You record good shows. The platforms have changed. The audience now listen. There's more people listening to podcasts, so maybe the numbers are bigger. It's the same thing though, and so some of those things stay the same, guys, but then there's a lot of things that most of us, we need someone to bring us a fresh mindset to, a fresh insight, and a younger perspective. Let's just be real, because you are the future consumer for any business or brand. I mean, you are, everyone wants to figure out how to reach that consumer, that next consumer, because if you don't, your consumer ages out, next thing you know, becomes 60 and they, so they're trying to figure out how to reach the 5-year-old, right now. They're trying to figure out how to, you know what I mean? Like that's always the next target for most brands that are progressive, because you got to think of the next generation and the next generation. Amazon does that well with kind of the packaging too. You've got the movies and some of the stuff they put on the packaging. I think that attracts my daughter. She wants to open those boxes, but she's kind of subliminally seeing Amazon and fun packaging characters and things like that on the boxes. And, and then obviously the unboxing, right? Kids love open. They want to know what's in it. Even obviously it doesn't matter if it's for them, the experience of opening. So Amazon's done a great job just putting their label on everything. Cause I think the kids that are 5 years old, like my daughter's 2 years old, are subliminally getting advertised to by Mr. Bezos for the future next 100 years of their life of consumerism.
Yeah, I know.
Most likely. That's just a little perspective from a marketing mindset, but getting into your mind, man, who are the people that you really find that you thrive with right now? As far as like the clients that you love to work with, let's kind of attract some more of those people to you today.
Yeah. Well, recently we have actually been working more and more specifically with law firms. Actually,
Gotcha.
we're helping, and not even just, we're kind of straying away from just big personal injury firms because, they are not really too new to advertising. A lot of personal injury firms have done a lot of advertising in the past, and that's probably because, they make a lot of money from it. But there's a lot of other types of attorneys, like family attorneys, criminal attorneys, that still need to get their name out there. And there's still ways to be very competitive in this space. So we've been working with them a lot recently. I have something called the claim method that we use for our actually generating the clients for them. And that's kind of, our done for you service that we've really been focusing on. But in terms of, the small business digital roadmap is really for any small business that maybe doesn't have the money to hire a marketing company. It's, a little bit lower cost, but it really gives you everything you might need actually to get started on your own. And then eventually, once you start making up some, really growing your business using those strategies, you could go and hire a marketing company.
Got you. I love that. So give us some teasers, if you want to call it. My man Luke, tell us about the claim method. What is that? If you were a lawyer, and you're what kind of strategies you use to attract these customers?
Yeah, so claim is kind of like an acronym.
Claim. I'm sorry. Claim. My bad. I said claim.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Claim.
So yeah, kind of like a claim in court. That's kind of the reason I did it.
Gotcha.
So the C stands for create a plan. So that's where we actually go ahead and talk about what types of cases we're going to generate. Where we're going to be generating them, because, a lot of these bigger agencies that are working with firms all over are just giving them cookie cutter systems and processes.
Of course,
so
absolutely.
Our first step is coming up with a customized plan for everybody we work with. Then the L stands for lead generation. So we do things on Facebook, YouTube, Google. Those are our 3 main platforms. Mm-hmm. And we test these different ads, different creatives to see which ones are really working best for the particular industry. Because again, every business is different. We don't want to provide a cookie cutter solution.
Love that. Love that.
Thank you. Yeah. And then the A stands for appointment setting. So another thing that kind of really sets us apart is that we have internal team members that call and qualify these leads for the attorneys so that they don't have to. So a big problem that, lawyers or any business, they say, oh, online leads suck. They're garbage. There's so many, but it really definitely is just a numbers game. Right. So instead of sending them 100 leads and only 10 are quality and them getting annoyed at us, we take all those 100, we call them, and then we qualify them based on the lawyer's criteria to say, okay, do you have the money to actually hire an attorney? Are you really the right person for the job? Do you really have the type of case? So that we're able to get a much more higher conversion rate. So we're not just a lead gen company. We're really getting these individuals as close to becoming, cases as possible. Finally, the I in claim stands for instant follow-up. So we do text messaging, email marketing to keep these guys on top of everything. We have our own little CRM portal that we give all of our clients access to. And all of that leads to the M, which stands for more cases. So that is our claim method. And that's how we use it to generate at least 10 of these booked consultations a month for our law firm clients.
Got you. 10 a month. That's reasonable, but if it's a valid lead, that's very profitable for anyone. In this kind of business, we know, very competitive industry, lawyers, very competitive on AdWords and all these things. It's incredible what they're willing to pay to be at the top of the page.
Yes.
But also I think the question I also had, just because I think most people might also have this, is when you're collecting that lead using Facebook ads or using YouTube videos, do you send them to a landing page? Do you send them to their website? Where's the best place you find to collect that info?
Yeah, so we definitely, again, part of our custom plan, we create a custom landing page for them as well, because this is just a tip, anybody could take value from. A lot of times people send traffic just to a homepage of a website. Now, your website is definitely something you need to have in our small business digital roadmap. It's one of our fundamental kind of digital foundation pieces. However, a website sometimes can be overwhelming for visitors, and might not be optimized for conversions. Right. So if you send somebody there, they might bounce off the page. They might check out a couple other pages, but then get lost or whatever. So we build a much more narrow, focused landing page so that it's, if, for example, we're working with a criminal law attorney, but they also do personal injury, and there's stuff about it on their website. So instead of sending them and giving them all this information, we create a customized landing page that's just for, just for people who are wanting to speak to a criminal defense attorney. It's got all their information that's only relevant for them. And it's leading to a much more higher conversion rate for sure.
Yeah, I think that's the failure people forget. They don't want to go, I don't want that traffic to go off my website, which is, what, there's a valid point, but Luke just gave you all the reasons why you don't want to do that, especially in a competitive thing like you're talking about where you're trying to generate a lead. Some people just want the branding, they want the exposure, they want the traffic to their website. They don't care about leads at the end of the day. Some clients that's all they care about. How many people get to my website? Okay, cool. They don't care about everything else because everything else is working for them. But when you get down to lead generation, like what my man's doing is you want to make sure these leads are quality. They're not just 1-800-spambots.com or whatever. You see spam bots in lead forms and blah, blah, blah. And then also that, like you said, you're not wasting the lawyer's time, because the last thing you want to do, lawyer's time is expensive, baby. And you want them every time they're calling, hey, Luke just got me a big deal. You know what I mean? And that if it's only 1 out of 10, they know that even when you give them 10, it's still a numbers game to close that 10. But it's a lot better than giving you 100 and just half of them are bullshit.
Exactly.
And that's, I think, the failure people forget. I think in this business that people want the numbers game, right, Luke? They want I got you 1 million leads and blah, blah, blah. But then they forget that, like, if you're spending all your time just like cattle calling bullshit, what's the point? Definitely. What's the point? And so I like that. You have a process to follow up. And I think anyone that's listening, if you don't have a process to follow up, you need to create that. I mean, I think that's a huge part to have. So if you're too busy, find someone who can do this for you, empower someone that can call these people and just kind of qualify them before you just start picking up the phone if you're a lawyer and your time's super valuable, or you're a doctor or something and you're just calling these people, or even a high-level administrator. I mean, some of these high-level administrators make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you don't want them wasting their time, right? If you're a medical practice or et cetera. So thank you so much, man. I love that. And then taking us into, because I think almost every business can use all those same methods, obviously, but then taking us into the roadmap. How do you kind of set up the business? Is it all kind of the same strategy? Or how does that look a little bit differently for the businesses when they're looking at the roadmap strategies?
Yeah. So, I mean, the reason I kind of called it a roadmap is because we give you a path that we recommend you follow. Gotcha. However, like in a roadmap, you don't have to take every single stop, and you don't have to do every single thing along this. You don't have to go in the order. So we break it down into multiple sections. So we have the digital foundation. We do recommend everybody starts there for sure. Gotcha. But then after that, we break into social media, email, text marketing, online advertising, and then kind of like a miscellaneous section talks about SEO, content marketing. So, so for example, the digital foundation piece, we cover how to set up your Google My Business. Very, very, very important and super easy for businesses to start off with. So that's something very important. Then just setting up your website, talking about hosting, getting ready with real easy, getting that set up. And then putting together like an online marketing funnel. And then from there, like I said, maybe you do want to go right into social media. So we talk about all the different social medias that are out there, which might be more fit for your business, because that's another mistake a lot of small businesses make, is they think, oh, I need to be on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, LinkedIn, when in reality, you only need to really be where your ideal customer is. So if your ideal customer is a 15-year-old kid, then probably being on TikTok is more important than being on LinkedIn. Or vice versa. If you're selling B2B products, being on LinkedIn is probably much more important than being on Pinterest or whatever. Absolutely. So very important. And then from there, like I said, we cover a bunch of different other things, but it's definitely something that the strategies taught in there are supposed to be universal. We have worked with, a lot of different companies, all the way from, e-commerce to construction companies, lawyers, barbers, dentists, chiropractors, landscapers, all different types of things. So we have a lot of different, I got a lot of knowledge that I wanted to share. So these are kind of some universal strategies that I think any business can, really take some value out of.
And where's the best place for them to find that too, so we can put that in the show notes as well for you, my man?
Yeah, sure. So if they want to learn more about the Small Business Digital Roadmap, you can go to lukehyde.com. Or if you wanted to learn about the claim method, you can actually go to our main website, drivedigitalads.com.
Got you. drivedigitalads.com. And we'll put that both in the show notes, guys, so you can just click away. drivedigitalads.com. I love that, my man. I'm proud of you, brother. You're doing big things for your customers. You're young.
Thank you.
You got a long roadway here, a long roadmap for you, my man. And the most important thing is that, to keep that marathon mindset, man. There's no, too many of these kids these days, they want to quick get rich, this and that, and this and this and that. And it's a long-term process in business, right? And so even though you can have success, it's sustaining that. I've seen, I watched, when I first started, Luke, there was a dude that started my same business, scaled it way faster, went to San Francisco, took tons of investors, had hundreds of employees. Next thing I know, we're going, I'm like, oh shit, this kid's killing it. Oh my God. Find out, unfortunately, got someone in his business that was writing checks to themselves and drained all the money. And next thing you know, they had to fire everybody, let the business go. And it's just only a story of basically that it's a marathon, because I was like, dude, this kid's killing it. And I'm honestly, I was so proud of him. I was like, dude, you're killing it. Whatever you figured out, you're going to San Francisco. I'm not wanting to go to San Francisco. You want to go to San Francisco. You're killing it. Big business, huge offices. You get the wrong person in the building.
All goes to crap.
You're too busy. You're going too much. You're not paying attention to the money. The money's everything. Someone was cutting checks to themselves. Obviously, you know how that goes. You heard it too many times, in the horror stories of business. But what I always explain to young entrepreneurs, especially, is that it's a marathon, dude. It's keeping that success, maintaining that success, and then kind of those little tweaks, that little like get 1% better, get 2% better. You know what I mean? It's not huge improvements that people forget. These little, they're quite often getting, swindled, if you want to call it, by people forgetting that it's just a marathon, dude.
Yep.
And even if you have success, like even if you crush it one year, like I just explained to you, this dude was crushing it. Like if he was kept going, he would have been killing it. But you just forget one thing and you just, hey, you go. And next thing you know, you're out of business working for somebody else just to survive and pay your rent. You're gone. Everything you had, you built, you worked for. And so that's why I say it's a marathon, baby, because it's just that constant improvement. And after interviewing 300 plus entrepreneurs and listening to all the different stories and success, some real big, some loot, and some failure success stories, it's that marathon mentality and always that 1% better each day. Try to up your game, try to just make those little improvements every day. But you, my man, are doing it, brother. I am so proud of you. But now we're about to take you into our top 10. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Apple, baby. Let's go. Netflix or YouTube?
Ooh, probably YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. Useful content. Lots of variety on there. Instagram or Facebook?
Probably Facebook. I use that one a lot more.
What's your Facebook so we can give it a shout out as well?
It is Luke Hyde Digital.
Got you. Luke Hyde Digital. Put that note here. We make put that in the show notes as well. Chicken or steak if you're thinking about a good meal?
Ooh, chicken.
Chicken. Laptop or smartphone?
Oh man. Honestly, I think I'd say laptop. I can almost do everything from my laptop that I can do on my phone, but I can't do everything on my phone that I can do on my laptop. So
right, productivity, less distractions, etc. Too. There's something about it. There's something about that laptop lifestyle, I like to say.
Oh yeah.
Spotify or Pandora?
Spotify.
Movies or video games?
Movies, I think. Yeah.
Movies. I like that. I like that movies have an end. So I know when this thing's gonna end. Okay, God, thank God. Video games, you never know when the thing's gonna end. You get competitive, you start playing for hours up here. Go down the black hole. Reading books or listening to books?
I used to read books a bunch when I was younger, and I actually used to, I think that probably helped me in school a lot, just because I was reading so much.
Right.
I actually wrote and self-published a couple fantasy novels when I was younger, like in middle school. Yeah. And that's actually something I want to do in the future for sure is either write some more like that or write more kind of like business style books as well.
Yeah, dude.
So I want to do that. So I'm major proponent of reading books. However, recently, as I've been getting so much busier, listening to books is so much easier. I love, right now I'm actually listening to, The Big Leap.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It is a good one. And, I really like it, in the car, I can listen to it while I'm doing something else. I can listen to it. And that's why I love podcasts as well, because you can listen to the content. So I honestly, if I had to pick one right now, I think I'd say listening.
I love it too, man. My boy Tom Billy always said he's doing the 4X on Audible. I'm like, God, how do you listen that fast? But that's what people do.
I don't do it that fast, but I do try to speed it up a little.
Yeah, a little sped up versions. That's another beauty thing. You can get these books down pretty quick when you speed it up, and the variety of places, like you said. When you're thinking about investing, my man, investing in businesses and things like that, but outside of business is real estate or stocks or crypto. What's your favorite?
I honestly, the only one I've really dabbled with so far has been stocks. Gotcha. But I do want to get into the other two very quickly, just because I know it's, important to have a diversified portfolio. So my goal actually this year, is to purchase my first rental property. So, my business is actually relatively new. It's only, I guess like a year and 9 months now, I think, something like that. So I don't even have 2 years of work history. So I would have to be
for the processing the loans. Yeah.
Yeah. So in October, I'll officially have 2 years of work experience. So my goal is to purchase my first rental property around that time.
Love that, dude. Love that. You never know where you're at, but the market might soften. The things in the indicators in the market from my friends in real estate. So hold tight, my brother.
Yeah, I know. It is crazy. It is crazy.
Research, make sure you do your research, and also, just get the money right, baby. Because when the money's right, you got the money right, you got the finances ready, then it's much easier, Right now, unfortunately, a lot of real estate's fighting with the hedge funds and a lot of family offices and people trying to diversify their investments. So they're buying a lot of these properties all cash, so no one can compete with these offers. They're just coming in, wiping in all cash.
Yeah.
And hoping that they're going to get a renter in there. And obviously it just generates. The scary thing is these people can buy and sell quickly too. So if one guy decides to sell them all 100 of his properties, they kind of all follow. And that's the only kind of worrisome. Unlike me and you, that maybe one or two properties you own, some of these family offices might own hundreds. And for them, it's only 5% position. So they say, let's just liquidate it, 100 houses, get them on. And then, that instantly puts new inventory on the market. And so that's some of the worries from my buddies in the real estate industry that they're seeing. And just, I always say, just hold tight. I think it's a good time to just get the finances right, get the cash in there. Can't have enough cash and assets and things like that. And when the time is right, brother, you're going to make a move. I already know you're making the move, baby. When you're thinking about a vacation, an ocean or a lake, do you want to go visit?
Ooh, definitely an ocean. I took my trip. I took my girlfriend and I to Hawaii earlier this year, which was a lot of fun. And it was kind of a little bit of a work vacation actually, because my cousin works there, and we were able to kind of collaborate on some stuff.
Nice.
But that was amazing. Definitely want to go back there. And we went to Florida last month too. So definitely ocean for me.
Love that. What island did you go to in the beautiful Hawaii?
We went to Maui.
Maui. Damn it, dude. We had a trip planned to Maui right before the pandemic and they canceled it. And,
no.
Then my wife got pregnant. So we got two now. It's going to be a little more complicated, but my boys, we're going at the end of the year. We're making it happen,
definitely.
Man. There's no excuses.
It's so much fun.
That's one of our favorite places, man. We go probably once a year. We'd go pick a different island, Oahu, Kauai, and just – but beautiful, cool. Such a beautiful place, man. Such a beautiful place in the world. And everyone's got to get a chance to go out to the beautiful Hawaii, just to experience Hawaii time and the way that they live, man. It's a lot different than we live out here in the mainland,
for sure.
In the mainland out here. So when you're waking up in your morning, my man, and you're getting ready for your day, why do you love being you?
I really, I'm pretty, I've definitely, and this is something like you said earlier about having that marathon mentality, it's, something that I still kind of struggle with, on a little bit of a, not a daily basis, but, are things going good enough in the business, et cetera. But I honestly, do really wake up every day, to be very proud of everything that I've accomplished so far. Like I said, I did very good in high school. I made it to the state track meet for pole vaulting.
Oh, wow.
I did martial arts,
that's cool.
And I was really good with that. Yeah. And now I'm trying to continue that with my business. And, I don't think there's a lot of other young people that can say they're doing the kind of business things that I'm doing. And not to say that, I'm better than anybody, but I'm really hoping to really make a resounding and hopefully worldwide impact. Because I really want to start getting into more, as my business grows, I kind of want to step away a little bit, and take some more time to do some more seminars, presentations, and become more of kind of like an impactful thought leader and social kind of not like influencer, but just telling people, hey, you can do stuff at a young age too. I did it. Here's kind of some strategies. This is how you could do it as well. I've given about 6 or 7 seminars to high school students already. I have a blast doing those, and I want to continue doing that in the future.
We need it, dude. We need people that aren't just telling them bullshit. You know what I mean? That have told the real story. And as someone that has done that too at the college level and high school with the business school entrepreneurship kids, best time spent, man. I wish I could do that all day long. Obviously, as a dad and as an entrepreneur of 3 businesses and life, and want to be there for everybody. Impossible to do, but literally one of the best things you can do, brother. So keep freaking doing that, dude, as much as you can, because honestly, people need that, dude. Like the kids need that. They need to be inspired. And also tell them the pitfalls too, man. Tell them the real talk. That's what this whole show is about, is not always saying the beautiful things we like in life, but life's always sometimes real too, man. Do you have a strategy to waking up? Do you have a strategy to how do you start your day?
Honestly, I really don't. I want to put something better together, but I really don't have a solid, this is what I do every single morning, right, doing this. But I do kind of want to put something together pretty soon. And that, like I said, moving into the new apartment, we got a cat recently, which has changed a lot of things.
Oh yeah.
So I want to kind of start laying the groundwork for maybe some new daily habits and stuff like that. I
would say whatever works best for you, right, is the best strategy, right?
Yes, but definitely.
If you feel that, waking up early, do whatever the mindset, people journal, meditate, do a lot of different things in the morning. But I would say whatever you're doing, man, is successful, and it's just that 1%. Add a little journal time, add a little 15 push-ups or whatever you want to do to add to your day. I think that's the real winning strategy. And I think some guests I do this. And hey, that's cool, man. You do 30 things before you take a piss. Okay. But what if you have to take a shit right before then? What do you do then? Okay. So part of it is just whatever you're doing right now, dude, you're killing it. You're killing it, brother. Sure. Do you have a skill you're trying to master? Is there something you're trying to get better at?
Right now, just kind of, I'm constantly trying to improve just myself in terms of, I guess my not sales ability, but selling. I've kind of had, I really have not had a lot of experience with it being so young. And kind of some other opportunities I had last year were a lot more referral based. So it wasn't as much like sales going into it. Right. But, I know what what I'm offering is very valuable. So I'm not, really trying to be a salesperson really per se. I'm trying to provide them a solution if they need it. If they don't need it, I tell them the truth. And that's kind of something that I really have been working on recently.
It's vital, bro. I always took the educational sales process when I worked even at Disney, selling big TV contracts on ABC television to McDonald's and multi-million-dollar deals, and I would just keep it educational. Because you never want to get too pushy. You just want to explain what you got to do. Hey, you know what? If I want to get this deal closed, I got to lower the rate to this for my boss. Because it was always I have a boss in between me and getting you on Oprah or wherever the show was, Good Morning America. And so I was always trying to position myself as I'm in the middle here. I want to get you the most for your bang, for your buck, because I want your money, right? Because I wanted, the sales, the share. But if I give you too low a rate, the boss isn't going to approve it. And so you'd always kind of just tell them that, and then they work with you, even on big deals, even on big ass deals. You know what I mean? And so on the biggest thing I can always say for people in sales, just be educational. Explain it like you said. If it's not ready for that, no problem. Whenever you're ready, we're here. No worries. We'll be here.
For sure.
We'll be here. When you get too pushy is something's too desperate. That feeling of something there, it doesn't sound right. You need my money too much or something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? Give me a second here to breathe for a minute. Get me 7 cold emails and this and that. You see it all the time on LinkedIn. It's incredible. Couple last questions for you, my man, before we roll is if you could sit down to a chicken dinner with anyone in the world, who you chopping it up with? Who's coming to you out there? Beautiful Michigan. Who's coming out to you, baby?
That's a tough one. I don't know. Honestly, I would love to talk with Gary Vaynerchuk. I really like him. And he's a big. And maybe, honestly, Tony Robbins, the kind of business model he has now is something, I would kind of love to get to a little bit, the way he's just able to impact so many people on a big scale. Those are probably 2 people that I could think off the top of my head that I'd want to have a chicken dinner with.
Fucking two people I want to get on that chicken dinner and record a podcast with. Let's go, baby. I love it, dude. Legends. Obviously, we don't even have to tell the story. Most of the people don't know, but Gary Vee is a freaking legend, dude. Gary Vee is a fucking legend, dude. I mean, he's obviously now is huge, but dude, he's just put in so much work over the last 10, 12, 15 years that and everything he gives is great content, no paywall in between you and the content. And if you do it, half the time it works, half the time it doesn't possibly, but you got to keep working on it. You know what I mean? Like he's constantly just trying new things. And that's what it's been for 15 years. in any business, especially in digital and social, is that, hey, I'm going to this. Okay, I'm trying that. Didn't work. Okay, go to that. And then when it works, he leans in heavy. So yeah, brother, two amazing people. Has there been a book that has changed your life or something you either reread, you kind of sticks at your soul, something that kind of motivates you maybe?
Not really I hate to say it, but I really just have not read as much, but honestly, this book I'm reading right now, like I said, The Big Leap is I really like it. And there was another book, I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I read it. I listened to it actually while I was, in the process of like getting started with my, you don't have to necessarily go to college to be successful. I forget what the name of it was, but that kind of gave me some motivation to get off my butt a little bit and get into things.
Hey, bro, you are in the beginning. I always say, even if you're a 60-year-old person or a 100-year-old person, we're still in the beginning of an incredible journey, baby. The world is full of abundance, and you, my man, you're just absorbing it up, bro. I can feel it from your soul. Keep on the journey, brother. Keep the success. Get that rental property. Do some investments. Like a little crypto is okay too. A little Bitcoin, things like that. That's all right. Just a small percentage. You never know. It could go boom, boom for you. Sports cards if you want. Some collectibles out of that business specifically. But, bro, keep doing what you're doing, man. Giving people that roadmap. And give our listeners, where is also your website again, so we can also plug that one more time. I believe it's lukehyde.com, but I want to make sure.
Yeah. So if you want to learn more about the small business digital roadmap specifically, then you can go to lukehyde.com. I also just have some educational blog articles on there. Gotcha. That would probably be beneficial for some small businesses to read. And then if you want to learn about the claim method, my business as a whole, you can go to drivedigitalads.com. But if you want to learn specifically about the claim method, you can go to drivedigitalads.com/claim-method.
Claim method. And we're going to make it easy. Put that in the show notes for you guys. Brother, keep on crushing it. Keep on grinding. I know you got a little bit of work in here put in with the new spot, but hey, that's awesome, man. New vision, new spot.
Thank you, Travis.
Mindset, and keep on doing your thing. Folks, you've been hanging out with Luke Hyde and Travis Too Tall and Huff. We want to thank you again for your time today, and let's keep being real.
What another epic episode. And if you enjoyed the episode today, can you please do me a favor and subscribe to our podcast, The Be Real Show, on iTunes or your favorite podcast platform. And also take a little time today, if you don't mind, and give your boy T Huff a review. I would really super appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening today. Do you want to get featured on podcasts, guys? You can be a guest. And that's right. You have a story, and the people, the good folks at I Love Podcasts. That's ILUV podcasts.com. Do that every single day. This is a new company, guys, in the space of podcast agency. And they realize a lot of the people in the space it's just a commodity, and they don't care. And these folks care. And I literally love Kenny and the team at I Love Podcasts, and they are doing it right for their customers. So you guys can be a guest on a show. ilovepodcast.com. That's ILUV podcasts.com. Let's go.